What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is PS Compulsion signing in here, aka Prince Anthony, and ladies and gentlemen, we have been on a major roll here on this Las Vegas Royales Mygm. We have been winning games. We're on a 4-game winning streak right now. We've been beating great teams in the NBA. We just beat the Indiana Pacers in the last episode. They're the second best team in the Eastern Conference. We are just winning and grinning right now. So we're 17-9 to start the NBA season. We went all the way up to 3rd place in the Western Conference behind the Rockets and Warriors. We passed the Seattle Supersonics in the standings. That is amazing right there, bruh. But for our next 5 games, we're facing off against teams that's under 500. And to be honest, I don't really want to play those games. I want to face off against the tough teams and give this team a challenge, because the better the challenge, the more my players will develop. So I'm skipping my next 5 games to get to our game against the Boston Celtics, and I am going to play that rematch against the Golden State Warriors. I really know that I could beat them, bro. So let's start this simulation, and as soon as I start this simulation, somebody came into my office to speak to me. I'm glad it wasn't nobody getting injured already, but Chad Spencer, the head scout, came to me and he wanted to speak to me about this year's scouting, and then he proceeds to mention Boatgate. So I was like, wait, what is Boatgate? I keep hearing people speak about that, but I have no idea what it is or what it was. And after all these episodes, I finally figured it out. It was Freddie Staples, Baldwin, and Mirko tried to recreate the banana boat, and they kayaked in the middle of a creek. And I'm guessing something tragic must have happened because they're not in the NBA anymore, and I'll just leave it at that. These storylines that 2K is putting out is really starting to get really dark. But anyways, moving on, my scout Chaz asked me how do he want me to handle scouting this year, and I said I want to be there at every single step. I want you to tell me about all the rookies, all the great rookies, all the bad rookies, all the mediocre ones, all the ones that might get injured quickly. I just want to be a part of every single step in this scouting process. I feel like Aaliyah, just let me know. I had to hit him with the vocals real quick. But now starting with the simulation, we won our game against the Brooklyn Nets, and then look at this. Oh my goodness, our 2nd game into the simulation, Andre Roberson gets injured, and my face says it all, bruh. This is why I don't simulate games. This is why I be playing every single game on this mode to avoid all these players getting injured. And now look at this. I scroll all the way to the bottom of the game plan, and Derrick Rose is injured as well. What is going on, bruh? When did Derrick Rose get injured? Did he get injured in the same game? He has a strained left MCL. He's gonna be out for 2 to 4 weeks. Look at those weak knees. Risk of injury is high for those knees. And then to make things even worse, how does Andre Roberson have the same exact injury? He's gonna be out for 1 to 2 weeks. What happened in that game against the Kings? What happened, bruh? Oh my goodness. So we lost that game against the Kings during the simulation, and we lost the game versus the Phoenix Suns during the simulation. And then my owner finally came to me and wanted to speak to me, bruh. I haven't spoken to him since the season started. Like, I really had no cutscenes on this Mygm mode as yet. This is like my 2nd cutscene other than the scout coming to talk to me. So he was like, bro, I see we're sitting at 18-11 for the season so far, and he just wanted to know my thoughts on it. I'm like, bro, it's a little bit too early to tell. Some teams come out to a fast start and then end up slowing it down. Some teams come out to a slow start like we did and end up picking up the pace. And then he mentions to me a new defensive plan. He wants me to switch everything when my team is playing defense. I'm like, what? Like, what are we doing here? Like, you're not telling me what to do with my team, bro. Well, technically, you're the owner, it's your team, but at the same time, I'm not doing that. Get out of here with that. And then he started telling me about a win-now mentality, trying to stay competitive. I'm like, bro, I know what I'm doing. You don't need to tell me all of this BS. Like, bro, I'm Prince Anthony. I know this stuff. Like, that was my plan anyways. But then we simulated our next game. We played against the Kings again. This time we won, but look at this BS. Dwayne Wade has an injury, a twisted right knee. He is going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks, and this is the reason why I don't simulate games. I try my hardest not to, or I simulate using Simcast. This was a bad idea. I tried to give Dwayne Wade low minutes as well, like 9 to 10 minutes per game during this simulation, and he still gets injured. Oh my goodness, twisted right knee, 2 to 4 weeks. Dwayne Wade, bruh. Dwayne Wade. So now Andre Roberson is injured, D Wade is injured, and Derrick Rose is injured. But after I simulated those 5 games. We beat the Brooklyn Nets, we lost to the Kings, we lost to the Suns, we beat the Kings in a rematch, and then we lost to the Dallas Mavericks. So we won 2 out of those 5 games, which isn't too bad, but at the same time, all of those teams was under 500. Why couldn't we win those games? But anyways, we are getting closer and closer to our matchup against the Seattle Supersonics. Our next game is against the Boston Celtics, and then my game after that is against the Golden State Warriors. But check this out, Corey Joseph wants a contract extension. He came to my office, he was like, bruh, I want that contract extension. Like, are you gonna extend me or not? And I'm like, you know what? I got you, bro. I got you. Especially because right now we need bodies on our squad. Especially because D Rose and D Wade are both injury prone. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna offer you that 1-year minimum contract deal. Bring you back. So now we got Colin Sexton, D Rose, and Corey Joseph. There's a 3rd tier point guard. Just in case D Rose go down, which he is gonna go down eventually. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. But anyways, welcome back to the squad. Corey Joseph for an extra year. We're 19 and 12 for this NBA season so far, and the Seattle Supersonics retook their 3rd spot, bro. Oh my goodness, we fell back to the 4th spot due to the simulation, and now we're left to figure out our roster right now because 3 of our players are down, so we need extra bodies. So now this is where Jonathan Gibson come in. He's gonna get that call up from the G League, and he's gonna be that 3rd tier point guard at the moment until Derrick Rose comes back from injury, whenever that is. So whenever Colin Sexton and Corey Joseph are tired, which is gonna happen during the game, my team has low stamina for some reason, Jonathan Gibson's gonna get some playing time. And I like to keep an extra player just in case my players get tired from the 1st and 2nd unit. So for example, if Colin Sexton and Derrick Rose is tired, I could put Jonathan Gibson in the game. If Dwayne Wade and Josh Hart is tired, I could put Jonathan Gibson or Corey Joseph at the 2 position. And same thing for all the other positions. So I always keep an extra player, a 3rd tier lineup, just in case my players are tired. It always happens during the game. Like I said, my team has low stamina. So this is my roster right now. Andre Roberson is almost healed from his injury, but I still do want a better 3rd tier small forward because Sam Dekker definitely is not cutting it. He's been cold like the last few games that he played, and he didn't really do nothing for us all season. He is 24 years old, and I don't want to get rid of a young player, but at the same time, Sam Dekker is not in my future plans for the Las Vegas Royals, to be totally honest with you guys. So I wanted to see if I could include him in some sort of a trade to get a better small forward. And look at this trade that I found in the trade finder. So Sam Dekker and one of my 2nd round picks this year for CJ Miles from the Toronto Raptors. At first I wasn't gonna do this deal because he's 31 years old, but he is on a 1-year deal, which is what I'm looking for. He could space the floor and knock down the 3-pointer, so his offense is up there, and at the same time, he could be in that player mentorship role and help develop young guys as well. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pull the trigger on this trade, and he's gonna be our 3rd tier small forward / power forward, and the Toronto Raptors have agreed to my trade offer. So welcome to the Las Vegas Royals, CJ Miles. So now looking at our roster right now, we have Colin Sexton at the point, Josh Hart at the 2, Kyle Anderson at the 3, Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 4, and Alex Len at the 5. That is our starting lineup right there. Thank God nobody from my starting 5 got injured. Then coming off the bench, we got Jordan Bell, Daniel Tice, CJ Miles, Troy Daniels, and Corey Joseph. And also Jonathan Gibson's gonna get some minutes here and there as well. And D Rose, Roberson, and D Wade are injured right now. So my 2nd unit don't look all that bad because we do have a pretty decent balance of offense and defense. So on the offensive end, we got Corey Joseph that could score the ball occasionally, but Troy Daniels and CJ Miles could knock down 3-pointers like nothing. Daniel Tice as well. And then Jordan Bell and CJ Miles could play defense. Corey Joseph is okay at defense. Same thing for Daniel Tice. So our defense isn't all that, but at the same time, our offense is a little better than the defense, to be honest. But moving forward, I decided to switch things up in terms of the player mentorships. So Jaren Jackson Jr. was getting mentored by Alex Len, but if you can't tell by the skills graph or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't really go up that much when he's being mentored by Alex Len. So I changed Triple J's mentor to Jeremy Evans. He's going to be working with Jeremy Evans on the Lob City Finisher badge and the Posterizer badge. Two pretty good badges. And then Mitchell Robinson, although CJ Miles isn't at his position, he could still mentor Mitchell Robinson, especially when he doesn't play that much when Andre Roberson comes back. And he's going to be helping Mitchell Robinson with the Charge Card badge and the Spark Plug badge. I was going to have him do catch and shoot. I'm still not unsure about that, but I don't want him with corner specialists. I don't want Mitchell Robinson just launching threes. Or that might not be too bad of an idea. But anyways, that's Mitchell Robinson's new mentor, CJ Miles. I might put on that corner specialist, to be honest, now that I think about it. So this is our roster heading into the next game against the Boston Celtics. That game should definitely be lit, and hopefully we can win that game without D Rose, D Wade, and Andre Roberson, especially without Andre Roberson. Like, I really just need him to play some lockdown defense. But nonetheless, let's get back on that winning path and start back winning and grinning, bruh. No more losing, especially after those simulated games that we lost. Come on, bro. We need to get this W against the Celtics. Let's go Vegas.